Samsung Galaxy Note 7, £699, iPhone 7 Plus, £719, OnePlus 3, £329. So that's an average of £380 less over the two biggest hyped phones at the minute. So is the OnePlus 3 £380 worse? No way. So let's have a look at why. This is my review of the OnePlus 3. I went for the soft gold version of the OnePlus 3 for a couple of reasons. One, it was the only version OnePlus had in stock at the time, and two, every other OnePlus I've ever seen in real life was graphite. I don't regret it at all. All manufacturers seem to have their own versions of gold, but personally I think OnePlus's is one of the nicest. It's so subtle that in some lighting conditions it almost looks silver. In terms of the design, OnePlus hasn't done anything radical, and you could say they've played it safe. But I quite like the minimalist design, and I'm a big fan of the way that all metal back curves in slightly at the edges towards the super thin bezels that surround the screen. These things make it feel a lot smaller in the hand than some other 5.5-inch screen toting devices. There's no SD card slot to be found here, but OnePlus make up for that by offering 64GB worth of storage as standard. The fingerprint scanner is super fast and super accurate, and very rarely did it not register my finger. If pushed, I'd probably say this is one of the best I've ever used on any Android device. The OnePlus 3 has a 5.5-inch Super AMOLED display, which has a resolution of 1080p. Some have complained that it doesn't have a 2K resolution, but do you know what? I came from the Nexus 6P before this, and it doesn't bother me that much. I'd go so far as to say I actually prefer the colorization of the OnePlus 3's display, especially once you've dived around in the developer options menu and turned on sRGB mode. My only gripes would be auto brightness, which I found to be inconsistent in dim lighting conditions. Sometimes it was really bright and sometimes it was too dim. And the choice of a pen tile display, which I won't go into too much detail here, but basically can make text look a bit more pixelated and jaggedy. Neither of these things are deal breakers though. What can I say? Performance is great. In the couple of weeks I've been using the phone, I've experienced no significant stutter, and in general, performance has been silky smooth, thanks to the Snapdragon 820 and the massive 6GB worth of RAM. I'm a big fan of stock Android, and luckily OnePlus keeps its Oxygen OS pretty standard, only adding minor tweaks over stock. My three favourite things that they've added are the system-wide dark mode with the ability to then change the accent colour, swiping down anywhere on the home screen to access the notification panel, and the ability to add additional functionality to the home and capacitive buttons, such as being able to double tap the home button to lock the device, and being able to long press the recent apps button to go straight back to your last used app. But the best thing is none of these tweaks get in the way or radically change the stock Android experience. It's not running Android Nougat yet, and I can't say for the future, so we'll just have to wait and see. The OnePlus 3 has a 16-megapixel rear camera and an 8-megapixel front-facing camera. Are they as good as the current Samsung or Apple offerings? Not quite, but are they as good as most other flagships? Definitely. The camera app launches quickly and images are captured quickly as well, even when using HDR. It has a full manual mode for finer control, along with other usual modes you'd expect. I found the images to be crisp, without too much over-sharpening, colours true to life, and sometimes it can overexpose, but it's not so much that it's an issue. I was particularly impressed with low light performance. You do get some noise in very low lighting, but it was never so much that I felt I couldn't rely on it to get a good picture. And that's probably the best thing I can say about the camera. In all lighting conditions, you point it, you hit capture, and 9 times out of 10 you have a pretty decent photo. Video can be captured at 4K 30 frames per second, and while the OnePlus 3 has optical image stabilisation, it's not the best, especially when capturing footage while walking along. When still though, I think the best way to describe the video would be solid without being fantastic. Inside there's a 3000 mAh battery, which is slightly smaller than some phones of this size, but I still managed to average around 4 hours of screen on time. A feature that OnePlus shouts about is Dash Charge, their own proprietary version of fast charging. I've been really impressed with it. The included dash charger is bigger, but that's for good reason, as it not only kicks out higher current than most standard chargers, it also takes care of the power management, rather than this happening on the phone, which means that the heat is contained within the charging block. OnePlus claim you can gain around 60% battery from 30 minutes charge, and I haven't timed it every single time I've charged it, but I'm pretty confident that's about right. The only downside to Dash Charge is that you have to be using the original OnePlus supplied charger, so no using third-party quick chargers, I'm afraid. Whenever I use the OnePlus 3, I have to remind myself of how much this phone cost me. I'm constantly amazed at the build quality and the functionality it offers for the price. No, it's not perfect, but a lot of what it does well, if not better than many other flagships. If you want a great all-rounder, it makes me question the need to spend the extra on any other phone. Thanks for watching. Check out my OnePlus 3 unboxing and top 5 features videos linked in the description below, and I will catch you guys later.